We just finished up oral arguments where the state has appealed our 18 to 21-year-old preliminary injunction that has stopped the enforcement of the 18 to 21-year-old gun ban in the state of Colorado. So, Mary, I'm pretty pleased with how it went today. What are your thoughts?
Well, Taylor, we've been doing this all over the country in numerous different courts, and I am so used to standing in front of judges who just don't get it, and you're it's like swimming upstream, and you're thinking, what is it about BRUEN that you don't understand? What is it about Heller that you don't understand? I was extremely pleased. This panel did its homework. The judges seemed to understand exactly what BRUEN said, exactly what Heller said, exactly, the two-step test. First is a textual test, second is a historical test, and the state tried to move its historical burden into the first part of it, the textual analysis, and the judge says, no, we're not going to let you do that. It is a textual test, it's not a historical test. I was so pleased to see. I don't know how the judges are going to ultimately decide. I was very optimistic coming out of the courtroom, but I do know that they understand the issues, and that's a huge plus.
Yeah, I mean, so often we get into courtrooms and we're talking about components of firearms and things that are frankly foreign to especially left-wing judges. But when we're talking about the people, it's very easy to say, yes, 18 to 21-year-olds are 100% the people.
And the court exactly went in that direction, but the state said, well, in the 1700s or 1791, 18 to 20-year-olds really weren't considered the people because they didn't have full rights. And the judge said, wait a minute, so you're going to say I can't buy a firearm because I'm a woman? I don't have Second Amendments? And the state's lawyer was, kind of deer in the headlights sort of look, and she said, because I didn't have constitutional rights in 1791 as a woman. A African American didn't have constitutional rights in 1791. So you're not going to go there, are you? And the state made a hasty retreat from there and said, well, women and African Americans are different from adult 18 to 20-year-olds in unspecified ways.
Yeah, and this is one of the few cases, that I know they've done it on other cases that we've been in front of where they've used slave law. They didn't use that today, but it was kind of going down that path. I was curious to see if they would actually do it. They didn't. One thing that I did find interesting is they were very keying in on the difference of the people versus the right to keep and bear arms, and the differences trying to separate those two when in fact they're married together.
And so it's all a textual analysis. What does the word the people mean? 18 to 20-year-olds are part of the people because they are Americans. That's what Heller said. All Americans are amongst the people. And what does keep and bear arms mean? Well, to keep means to have, and you can't have unless you acquire. The state literally stood up today and says there is no Second Amendment right for anyone to purchase a firearm, not just 18 to 20-year-olds. And that didn't make any friends on the court. The state's analysis, in many ways, is between the Scylla and the Charybdis, because when they say something, it always proves too much. When they say, oh, the people in the 1791, there was a limited set of people who had civil rights. Well, so did women have limited civil rights. So did African Americans have limited civil rights. Are you going to say that's still that way today? So it proved too much. When they say, well, there's no right for 18 to 20-year-olds to purchase firearms because there's just no right to purchase firearms at all. And the judge says, I don't have a right to purchase a firearm? The incredulity in her voice was palpable.
Right, and I'm feeling very confident after today. When should we expect a ruling on something like that? Is that wait to see and we'll know? Is it a set time?
There is no set time. Just 2 weeks ago, I got a case, a ruling out of the 10th Circuit in a case that had been pending after oral arguments for 14 months. Now, that's not the usual case. They usually come out around 4 to 5 months afterwards. What is certain is that this will come out no sooner than this summer, because everybody understands, on the Second Amendment context, we're going to wait to see what the Supreme Court does in the Rahimi case, which will come out before June 30th, before deciding anything. No guarantees. My best guess is a decision in late summer.
Excellent. Well, we need you in the fight. We're not just fighting for 18 to 21-year-olds. We're fighting for every peaceful American and every peaceful Coloradan across the country. We need you in the fight. If you're not a member of the National Association for Gun Rights or Rocky Mountain Gun Owners, please do join. We couldn't do it without you. Thanks so much.